Hey, what's going on, guys? Mindeq787B here. Welcome back to another episode of NASCAR Thunder 2004. This is episode number 113 today for the Bass Pro Shops MBNA 500 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. I've never done a voiceover on one of these things before. I really didn't expect to do that. We had a bit of let's just say a much more not so successful race. Well, we have a successful race at Las Vegas. We finished third in the race at Las Vegas. We had, with Kevin Harvick winning the race, this puts us, with Kevin Harvick winning the Las Vegas race, we ended up third in that one. We're actually sitting comfortably in the lead of the point standings as well, and excuse me, my goodness. And we have to get some plans going here within the shop, I believe. I think that's what we had to do. I haven't done this stuff in a while. Of course, we're going to go check into our sponsorship. Of course, we only have about 5 races left with MBNA, especially with them being their home race. We actually have to perform well for them. And in terms of like the stuff we can actually get from the shop, though, we only got 1 race left for everything else to be even overhauled. So we really can't even do anything in terms of like builds or whatnot. Even I think as well for the shop edition, the laser scanner is going to appear in just a few more races, thankfully. And I'm not going to sure what we're going to do with the next shop edition upgrade. I'm not sure if we're going to probably even... I don't want to upgrade the car too much, like always. Otherwise, we'd be winning every single race, and these videos would be pointless. But nothing else much more to say about that. We're just going to get our car ready to roll here for Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's the last race for being a title sponsor race for us. So we got to make sure we do pretty well. We have a 76 overall car rating. Let's go to the track here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Okay, in terms of our qualifying run, we're only going to get 1 lap per usual. The car felt great, actually. Never felt like anything like that was completely different. Definitely want to get ourselves up to that top spot as best as we can. We're going to go straight towards back to the high side, go have a great run down the back straightaway. I don't know what happened with my microphone, really. I don't know why I have to do a voiceover of this. It's really hard. It's going to be inconsistent a little bit. It's not a video I was hoping to do like this anyway. I don't know why the microphone decided to not record it well at all, but we ended up getting in our sponsorship objective, starting in P5 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway as Tony Stewart and Ricky Rudd line up the front row here for this race. I mean, Joe Gibbs Racing is always so good at Atlanta Motor Speedway. But of course, let's just get on with the pre-race ceremonies here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
EA Sports welcomes you to Hampton, Georgia, site of today's NASCAR Winston Cup race, the Bass Pro Shops MBNA 500. I think we're in for some incredible racing, judging by this track's history.
The high speeds that can be reached here does make for some exciting racing. There are no restrictor plates to keep them from being able to pass either. It's just all-out, good old stock car racing with the best drivers in the business. I can't wait to get this one underway.
An impressive average finish record for the MBNA car.
Points, points, points. Wins are great when they come, but top 10 finishes week after week are what build your points. Heck, you could win the championship on top 10s alone if you're consistent.
The Stacker 2 Dodge has really shown some muscle in his qualifying this year.
Starting up front is a big advantage, as you don't have to use the car up to get to the front of the pack. That means when it comes to money time, you still have something left.
Kurt Busch, who's currently in the top 10 in points, will try to reach the next step, the top 5.
I had a chance to talk to him this morning, and he's looking forward to this race. He feels they have a very strong car that can pick up some more points this week. We'll keep an eye on him.
With us being in the top 5 at the start here, gives us a good spot, good chance to get ourselves towards the front. exactly what we want to do.
In the front row
Of course, we got Tony
the
Stewart,
home
who's leading the way. As we got 81 laps here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The green flag is out, and away we go. We're already right side by side with Kevin Harvick at the start of the line, but of course, our car just does not take off at the race start. And actually, now we're actually going to get past, it looks like, by Sterling Marlin as well, and Ryan Newman out of nowhere as well. We did not have a good launch going off into turn 2 at all. So we went from P5 to P8 on lap 1. That's not a very good start at all. So we got to go try to fix ourselves and trying to claw our way back through up here as we're going to go. Nah, we're not going to go inside this time, or maybe we are. Yes, we are. We're going to be side by side here with Rocket Man Ryan Newman. For some reason, his car has the rookie stripes. It's a car from 2002. As we're going to try to make the move back into P7. Going to go now try to catch up to this Silver Bullet, the man who really I felt bad for in the last previous race at Las Vegas. He was the most dominant car of the race. And it's just, the engine is just expired on the Silver Bullet. It's really just so disappointing. I really like that silver paint scheme back when they actually did it. But now we're going to get overtaken by Ryan Newman here as well. I mean, that 12 car is really fast lately these last few races. And now we get a little contact there with Matt Kenseth. This will sail us into lap number 3 of the race. We can try to make a pass back to 7th place we go. It's now all about trying to get ourselves, try to catch up to that 20 car as best they can, because usually those 2 cars are probably going to be going away for the entirety of the race if we don't get around these cars so quickly. So we try to fake high, but he just blocks the road. We're going to go down the inside of Ryan Newman, and maybe even go for a 2-for-1 special here with Ricky Rudd. We're still going to be side by side. We're not clear. Maybe even 3-for-1 here because Jimmy Johnson's a little bit slow. Just like that, we're up to P4, and maybe we want some more. This car is starting to come to life now, as we have side by side with the Silver Bullet, and we are going to clear him to be on the bottom of the podium here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Now it's just all about trying to get ourselves up to that top 2 spots. And so far, the car's been handling quite well. We're just going to have to see how these next 23 laps we go. I think we can catch them, though. But so far, we're pretty much even paced. Meanwhile, we are now lap number 10 of the race here. And just more about just trying to keep up with them as best we can. We've been kind of just holding our own. Like, there's no issues with the car whatsoever. It's been a pretty solid ride, not going to lie, so far. It's just more about just trying to catch up to those 2 other Chevrolets that are up there, trying to bring Pontiac another win here this season. 3 wins, though, in 4 races. That would be an awesome feat to occur. And just basically have every race finish in the top 3. That would be an insane statistics and stat here, if we could just pull that up. But it's just more about, yeah, like I said, you can just see it on the screen. Like, we're kind of even on pace. Like, even like the cars behind me are not really like pulled away. I haven't pulled away from them, and they haven't caught up to me either. So it's just more about, like, if I can just get into the side of that draft from the 29, I can get pulled up there as best we can, as close as we can in any way, shape, or form. But we'll just have to see how the rest of this run goes. I mean, we only got about like I would say like maybe 14 more laps of this run before we can think about pit strategy. As we have a few laps later here, lap number 19. The car is starting to fall off quite a bit now at this point in the run. We got Mark Martin, who's actually been having some decent long run speed, as well as Ricky Rudd here as well. It's just more about like I know I'm sounding like a broken record when I was doing this voiceover, but I might actually have to let one of these cars by at some point, because they're just right all over the back of me, and I feel like I still, once again, you can see the gap really hasn't been like closed in nor expanded at all. I mean, those 2 cars are just in a league of their own right at the moment. I mean, we're still about 1.7, 1.8 behind the leaders there. It's a tough road for sure. It's just, we're just gonna have to see how we go once the pit cycle commences. All right, box. It's time to go pit for this time. Oh, especially since my right front just got very, very warm right then and there. We definitely think about just undercutting everybody else, like we always, most of the time we usually do. Most of the time it usually does work. That's where we're gonna slow it down to 70. I definitely want to try to adjust the car in a way. I want to try this out. Make the car a little bit looser. Of course, we're going to have some better tire pressure along as well. I feel like we can get some more speed out of the car. We can just try to increase the tire pressures. I normally don't put them that high, so this will be a good experiment to see if we can just get through there. I don't know what was going through my mind during the actual race. I probably might have said like the car is just not as fast. I don't know. It's been the first time I've done one of these voiceovers, and plus I've already done a few other races already recording, so I'm not 100% sure. And we're underway back out of the pits. with a pretty nice and clean stops. And that's exactly what we needed. We're back underway. As we now return to the track, we're going to have a few laps later, of course. The pit cycle is still commencing. We're actually going to... We even ran our fastest lap, actually, at 29:49. That car was lightning fast right there. And there's Tony Stewart alongside there. Can we get a bump in front of him? Yes, we can. We cycled out technically in P1. Actually, as of right now, we're in P1, net P1. But right now, we just got to get through all this traffic, though, first. As the pit cycle still commences, we're still undercutting literally everybody in this race. And it's more about just, well, there's Harvick as well, so that's how you know, definitely know that the undercut does work. The undercut definitely does work as we're trying to get around Michael Waltrip there, almost a little bit of contact. And now we got a good old Jack Sprague as well. I wish the Haas car could get a little bit better. I mean, they weren't, maybe they were backmarkers, I don't know. But anyway, he's now being in the way. And we're just going to go around him on the outside. That should be the last of the lap cars coming in. And we should be cycling out P1 here. So far, the car's been handling a lot better. Like, it's definitely a little bit faster overall, which is what I was hoping for. Up, and we have Jeff Gordon still, that's the last of the cars coming down in pit road. There's Scott Wimmer as well in that number 2 car. Coming up above. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is not even close. We're just gonna easily cycle out P1 here. They're just coming out of the pits now, and we take the lead here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway race. As we tell Scott Wimmer, just get out of the way, my guy, please. And yeah, right now we're just gonna pull away and see what happens. Multiple laps later, we just had to. With deal with some lap traffic now, we got Stan Barrett and David Green getting in the way, of course, as we slide right in front of Stanton and just stay right behind David Green. We're going to pass him as the right front tire starts to get worn out a little bit here. And just got to make sure we're able to get through all these guys cleanly, because we definitely don't want to caution anyway, as we're going to go around. Because we did have a problem where we just get stuck on a lap car or whatnot, so hopefully it doesn't really exactly happen, as we're going to try to get around Ashton Lewis and Chase Montgomery. He's running a sprint charity ride car, and we get stuck with Ashton Lewis, and we spin it. 2-3 car wreck here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. That really sets us back a few places. I hate it when the game does that. I hate it when the cars get stuck like that. Oh, hard lick by David Green. I hope it's not too damaged. Just so hard to get those cars unstuck. Like, once you get stuck like that, it's my one gripe with the game. Like, the cars get stuck, and I really don't appreciate doing that. Okay, all right, we're halfway on fuel. We have to come on down, I think. I mean, we gotta repair the damage. It's an unfortunate setback, but we definitely need this to be. Eventually, we're gonna lose more positions in time overall, so we definitely have to come on in. That's okay. We'll just claw our way back up and just see how it goes from there on out and restart. Alrighty, with that little mess up out of the way, hopefully things will get better. Oh yeah, we're in 33rd. Well, we just gotta claw our way nowhere but up. Let the comeback drive begin. We have a really fast car. We just gotta make sure it doesn't get damaged anymore. As we're back underway here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, lap 47 out of 81 coming up. It looks like Hermie Sadler's trying to get his lap back, it seems, as well as Brian Vickers as well. Yeah, once again, the car just does not take off as much as I hope at the start, but like after a lap goes by, we're going to be flying past all these cars. I mean, this thing is extremely fast. Don't get me wrong. As we take a corner completely wrong, staying behind Stanton Barrett, as we go around him on the inside, go up for another place. Nice pass. There's a whole lot of cars right in front of me, of course, to go figure it's a restart, but they're all bunched up together. Somebody's holding up somebody as we go around both David Green and Kenny Wallace to take up to the top 30 spots here. And we're going to get around, we're going to get around Chase Montgomery and Mike Bliss as well. And there's a caution. There's a piece of debris in the middle of the corners. And that just this causes a massive stack up in the front straightaway, and that gives us a -60 for Ricky Graydon. Somebody must have blew a tire up there because of that loose debris. And it comes, surprisingly, it comes off. It looks like Kurt Busch might have blown a tire because of the debris coming off of Ashley Lewis's car. In terms of like, we have to see like what the field's doing. What is the field doing? We're gonna come down pit road. Yeah, I ended up coming down the pit road for this one, and we're definitely gonna have to repair some more damage because we hit somebody in the rear. We hit Ricky Craven in the rear, so we definitely gotta go fix that up. Get ourselves back up there as best we can. I'm not gonna lie. Commentating on a video that you've already done like 2 races ago, because you didn't know that your microphone didn't work. It's hard. It's hard to do a voiceover, man. I'm doing the best I can here. It's been so hard. I mean, I don't know how some other YouTubers do it, but I commend them for doing so. Making their own little scripts or whatnot as we rejoin the track. Right behind Dale Jarrett. I think we gained a few cars stayed out in the yellow, but of course we gained some spots. Actually, we're back up to P22. Actually, that caution actually kind of helped us in our favor here, as we got Dale Jarrett and Ricky Craven, who's a little annoyed with us up front. He's got about 30 laps to get all the way back to where we need to be. 30 laps of work on a tank of gas. I think we can absolutely get up there. It's gonna be close, but I can for sure. I can tell you, we can probably try to make it all the way to the end there, as more debris comes off of somebody else's car. I don't see who it is, but it's going to cause yet another restart for us as there's more checking up there. Oh, this time it's Ryan Newman that blew a tire, it seems. Did we get around Scott Whitmer at the end? I'm not sure. Yep, that's coming off of David Green's car, and somebody else must have blew a tire. And these camera angles are just as good as EA right now when it comes to their market value or whatnot. And we're definitely don't want to come back down pit road. I don't think. No, we definitely don't want to come back down. No, not at all. I had to check to be sure. And back underway, lap 56. This time we're up to P17. We gained a lot of spots actually out of that. So now we just got to defend on the initial start on the restart and just try to get around Steve Park as well. We're getting up there, but of course it just takes, like I said before. Oh, somebody blew up at the start. That was Brian Vickers. Unfortunately, he was already a lap down, so that's not even for a spot. But the car didn't take as long to get up to speed that time, as Jimmy Johnson looks like he's going to be an easy target for P16, it looks like. And Sheldon reminds me about the 32 not being so keen about being ran into from the back end. Steve Park's also for position, so he'll be an easy spot. And there's a whole gaggle of cars up there, including Ashton Lewis, who's a little bit upset with us, and rightfully so. Got Chase Montgomery. Is he first spot? No, he's not. Oh, he is first spot. Chase Montgomery is first spot. Interesting. As we got Jeff Burnham. We're going to go 3 wide against all these lap cars. It's going to be really tight. Really tight, especially with, I got to use Mark Barnes as a meat shield here to protect me from Ashton Lewis body slam. And we keep Ashton Lewis behind me. It looked like he hit the wall. It looked like Ashton Lewis hit the wall right then and there. That's not a very good sight to hold. As we're now up to P12, trying to get around the silver bullet of Sterling Marlin for P11. We're going to race alongside Greg Biffle here for yet another spot on the racing track. Well, not really for a spot, actually, just get around him. I'm so used to saying that Greg Biffle is for a spot because he's a good driver. He's not like this in real life, where he just runs 38 3/9. As we still we make a little contact with the silver bullet, and we're just trying to let them know that we're there. And we're going to go right down the inside. There we go. And now we got front row Joe giving us a little bit of a tow. We're going to try to pass on the outside. As we try to make our move on the outside. It's just, nope. We're holding our own to the top side. We can make the outside work here in Atlanta. And that's going to be a P10 here at Atlanta. We're clawing our way back up here. That's what we do all the time. We always claw our way back up from our mistakes. So now we got Jeff Green. Right in front of us. It seems like we always have like one incident per race weekend. It's just, I don't even know what to say. It seems like it's always like one incident that just can't get around them. So Jeff Green yet having a strong day in the number 1 Pennsylvania Chevrolet, but unfortunately we're just going to go around him to take position number 9 away from him. Jeremy Mayfield is actually leading this race alongside with Kurt Busch. I think they had their own little off-season strategy, so they might have to come down pit road. I'm not 100% sure. Now we got Matt Kenton right back in front of us once again. Try to make the move, but it's going to be super tight. We got to make contact a little bit there. So we're going to make an easy pass down him for position number 8. And then we're going to try to make the same move on Labonte, but no, he shuts the door that time. Labonte just shuts the door, and we got to make sure we set up our passes here pretty soon. Because now we got some really fast cars. I don't want them to go through all that lap traffic or the unnecessary traffic up ahead. So we make the move down to the inside of Labonte. They get up to P7. We got Ward Burton that's also, I think, at P6. And there's Elliott Sadler, who's also from P5 as well. So back up to the top 5 we go. Yeah, like the spotter said, we have a great run going. We're going to try to make a move on Marvin on the outside. It just doesn't work. His car is so much faster. But he's going to hold up Tony Sawyer a little bit here. Our championship rival already in this season. We're going to go pass alongside him for the 4th spot. This car is a rocket ship right now. This car has been fantastic. Let me slid the tires just a little bit. But he's got to make sure we can get around Marvin. If and when we can, it'll be smooth sailing from here because Mayfield, despite holding his own, he looks pretty weak alongside with Kurt Busch here, as Harvick actually shoves Kurt Busch out of the way. I mean, get out of my way, son, is what he says. I mean, even though we're both in the same rookie class in 2001. Harvick just proves why he was Rookie of the Year, not right there. And Harvick looks like he's trying to take the lead away from Jeremy Mayfield, the team captain of Everham Motorsports. He's doing all he can, but it's just he couldn't hold on to the lead against two fast GM cars of the Chevrolet of Harvick and the Pontiac of ourselves, as we're now trying to fight for the lead here against Kevin Harvick. I think once we get that lead, we are just going to be sailing off into the distance. And Labonte's he's fought his way back up to 3rd place. He has a strong car right now as well, it seems. As we make a side-by-side move down to the inside of Kevin Harvick, and we're almost clear, not quite. And we get a good run off the corner, and we do, and we are clear. Leading the race with the title sponsor, MB&A. The MB&A Pontiac is leading the race here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. How good is it to see us claw our way back from the middle of the 30s to now leading the race, but it's not over yet. With about 5-6 laps to go, we are low on gas, but also Labonte clawed his way back up to be right behind us, as all 4 of our tires are starting to wear out. Though that Interstate Battery Chevrolet is incredibly fast right behind me. We just have to keep doing our best to hold him off as best we can. I used to roast him like last season, as we have the cars of Mayfield and Kurt Busch probably coming down pit road. Unfortunately for them, their race ends right there. Yeah, they're coming down.
That's a quick one, buddy. Keep it up.
Oh, my days, my throat. As we have about 5 laps to go in this race. I used to roast Labonte last season. I'm just not being able to get like a legitimate win. I mean, the Sonoma race, I kind of practically handed it to him in a way. I mean, it was pretty embarrassing. I didn't even win a single road race. I plan to sweep both of them this time. I haven't done it yet. I've only won, I think, 1 road race, and that was at Sonoma. I didn't even win the Glen yet. So definitely got to make sure we can get ourselves right up there. But anyway, 4 laps to go this time by, and we're trying to set ourselves up for yet another good finish here at Atlanta, like it always did. The last time we went to Atlanta, we actually had probably like one of our best finishes of the playthrough, so you definitely want to check that part out. I mean, it's probably like been a while since I posted that episode because of the whole shenanigans I had to deal with some unfortunate people right then and there. As we check our fuel pretty quickly, we should be very good to go towards the end of the race. And we see Labonte is starting to lose a little bit of time up there. We gained about 2 tenths. We ran 2 tenths faster than him that time, but he's still not giving up yet, though. But no, his car's fading. His car is starting to fade back there. And it's just, I think he might have used his stuff up just a little bit there, just to try to get around us and get that clean air, and just doesn't seem to work out for him. But he's still trying. You can still see him in the mirror. It's not all set sail yet. Any one mistake I make could end this race in a really harsh way. We definitely don't want that to happen, of course, as we had 2 laps to go this time by. Yeah, the lead has extended to now 3/4 of a second. He's got to hold on to this lead as best we can here. Going towards the backstretch now, going flying through down there at 180, maybe even 190 miles an hour as we can. There's lap traffic up ahead, but it doesn't seem like it'll matter. We won't reach there in time. As Labonte is just still staying stagnant at where he's at. He's still in our mirrors, like about 7 tenths away from us as the white flag isn't going to be in display. Yeah, we gain a little bit there. It's going to be all doom and gloom for Labonte, thinking he probably could have had this if it weren't for that meddling 56 car. But unfortunately there, we have 2 more quarters to go, but still anything can happen within 2 corners. Will we make it to the start-finish line? I'm pretty sure we can. Fuel light looks like it's about to come on in, but it won't matter. We're coming across turn 3, turn number 4 for the final time as we take our 3rd win in 2006 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Let's go, guys! Amazing sights to see as we have a crazy comeback. We win in their home in the title sponsor race here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We definitely got to do a couple burnouts for them right then and there. Oh man, that felt so good. 3 wins in 4 races as the engine's starting to smoke already. Hopefully it doesn't destroy the engine going into Bristol, because we need that engine for Bristol. What the heck? We'll just burn it down all the way down. We'll give some burnouts here right towards the front stretch, right by the crow's nest for all the fans that are stuck around and whatnot. And you know what? Let's just go burn this thing down. Let's go burn the complete engine down. We're gonna do burnouts here until it decides to blow up on us. Engine performance be damned. We performed for the fans, and we performed, most importantly, for the sponsors to keep the operation going. But unfortunately, for them, they're going to be parting ways with us pretty soon. So let's give them one last smoke show before everything leaves.
The 56 car has the beginnings of a rivalry with the Ford car.
You don't make it into Cup racing without being competitive. And sometimes those instincts get a little out of hand. It should be fun to see what happens next.
It's all smiles here from us today. It's all smiles here from MBNA once again, as we have the 3rd win of the season already within 4 races, and we yet to have break even our top 3 streak here as well. There's us. Amazing performance today, guys. Can't be so much prouder for this team. Keep performing what we do. We just got to keep this momentum going for the championship. We definitely don't want to slow up now. Never let off the gas at all. Just keep going. And look at that fish. Atlanta 500 champion. Look at that fish. The big-ass fish, as we say that. We win today at Atlanta. And we also unlocked a night track variant of Atlanta Motor Speedway, which is really interesting to say the least. And that 496 was incredibly fast. So, what a race, though. Let's just take a look at the standings here today. We did not lead the most laps. Unfortunately, that goes to Tony Stewart, who will gain some points on us back. So we actually only gained about 10 points on him, I want to say. But anyway, it's us first, Labonte second, Kevin Harvick third, Tony Stewart fourth. Jeff Gordon ends up with a P5 place today. Ricky Rudd ended up finishing in 6th with 1 lap led. That's really nice for him to see. Matt Kenseth in 7th, Marlon 8th, Martin 9th, and Junior 10th. Yeah, it looks like, no, we did not lead, of course, the most amount of laps. Like, Labonte tried, though. Labonte definitely did try. He gave it his best effort. It just wasn't enough. As we take a look at the rest of the field here, yeah, Ward Burton ended up leading a lap. I don't remember that happening, but Mayfield led a good portion of the race. He led 7 laps. And unfortunately for him, the strategy just did not work out very well, and Brian Vickers was the one that came into last place with the DNF. But that'll do it here for this episode of NASCAR Thunder 2004. I mean, like I said, I'm sorry about the whole, well, before we even leave, let's just go check our point standings now. We have a great 65-point lead over everybody else now in the championship. We're just rocking the standings right so far. And Labonte brings himself up to P4 in the championship. Junior is falling all the way back to 145 points back. And Dale Jarrett, I am surprised with you. How are you 273 back? You were fighting for the championship just 2 years ago. I mean, he's a 2004 champion, and of course, a little bit of a hangover party for Dale Earnhardt Jr. It seems he's been drinking too much Budweiser, sitting in P7 in the championship. And we got to go check one more thing. Of course, we're going to check our new stuff. We got our new engines and stuff all ready to go. Look at that, 77 power and 81 efficiency. That is a pretty good engine, I would say so for ourselves. I'm so glad we have this Hendrick Performance there to have even more powerful engines than we already do. It's what helps keeps our performance going. But that'll be it for today. Next episode will be at Darlington Raceway. Let's see if we can continue our top 5 streak today. If you liked the episode, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. It helps out the channel quite a bit. And ring the Liberty Bell for more notifications. And we'll see you guys at Darlington.